between her own eyes. Skipping forward had been no reprieve. It had only brought her to the next terrible place. She closed her eyes, felt her heart slow. Again, she thought, away. And she was, back on the train just as the light filled the sleeper, just as everything turned a glimmering silvery white. She felt herself floating, falling, knowing. It is trauma that sends us away, but there is pain also where we land. 2. Ruth, 2018, Friday. Ruth was just out the door for her speaking engagement at the local high school, laptop bag over her shoulder, when the delivery truck pulled into her driveway. She paused with a hand on the knob, fresh fall Minnesota air filling her lungs, watching as the man in brown shorts approached. She wasn't expecting a package, was she? Hope was dangerous, but she couldn't hold back a smile as he handed over the box. "Something good?" he asked. "Possibly." Taking it, she noted the Vermont return address and heard the soft slide and thud of what could be a rare journal, more than a century old and certainly improperly packed. But she wasn't about to rebuke the sender, not when he was entrusting her with this, Annie Oakley's own words, unknown to any scholar. The sharpshooter had left behind an unfinished autobiography and some everyday correspondence when she died in 1926, but little else of substance written in her own hand. Ruth's last email exchange with an antique collector who called himself Neiman had ended inconclusively. He'd agreed to send her a few scans or mail select photocopies on the condition that she understood he was in a hurry with a large-scale purchase planned pending the journal's authenticity. She promised to take a look, despite his refusal to provide any details on how the item had come into his possession. "Context matters," she had replied. "The more you withhold, the less reliable my analysis will be. Also, please keep in mind that an original provides much more information than a photocopy. I'll work pro bono, that isn't the issue, but I can't do much without quality source materials." The journal was only the first step. Neiman had gotten a glimpse of a letter and wanted to purchase an entire set of rare correspondence, all of it somehow related to the journal in terms of content, about which he had offered only meager clues. "Your call," she'd responded, trying to play it cool. "I have some time this week. Next month is busier." It was a lie. Aside from the speech she was giving to a history class in 30 minutes, make that 20, Ruth had nothing scheduled for the rest of the year, aside from trips to the chiropractor and putting her house up for sale. Watching the truck back out, Ruth tried not to wish or want too much. She ran a hand through the curled ends of her auburn hair, styled for once, trying to prolong this feeling of well-being. She was wearing a corduroy jacket she'd ordered online and her luckiest blue-stitched cowboy boots. She'd removed the knee brace she normally wore under baggy sweatpants in order to squeeze into jeans she hadn't bothered to take out of a drawer for months. She felt the warm sun on her face and smelled burning leaves. History is well and good, but the present moment is worth noticing too. Remember this. For a few lovely seconds, time didn't matter. But as soon as the delivery truck was out of view, it mattered again. Time to slice through the layers of fibrous brown packing tape. Definitely no time to make sense of journal entries. She should be able to summon some patience, considering she'd been stuck with no new leads for several years. Ruth unlocked the door and hurried to the kitchen counter, planning to leave the box there. Then she spotted the kitchen scissors sticking out from her jar of wooden spoons. Just a peek. She ran the point of the scissors down the flap and pulled. Inside she saw bubble wrap. Bubble wrap! Neiman should have known better. Through the plastic she saw a color, burgundy edged with dark brown.